Good morning. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're going to be talking today, of course, as it is Friday. Shout it out Friday. You get the opportunity to share with us your business, a business that you've supported, that you particularly got some great service or some great products and you want to recommend. And then we have a subtopic, and that is what motivates you. What type of um, energy motivates you? There are a lot of different things that could motivate you. Do you have a preference? And what is your preference? We're going to talk about it right here in just a moment. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Like. This is Lisa Santiago McNeill, and my fantastic husband, Brian K. McNeill, will be back shortly, but we're going to get it in. Let's get started today. The topic, of course, for every Friday is Shout It Out Friday, where we get to hear about you, your business, what's going on in a service or product that you have consumed that you want to recommend. And we are going to talk about what motivates you. I'm really excited because on this evening, we will be hosting the Empowerment Writing Workshop, tapping into those powerful thoughts that you may have just ignored and set aside, but we are going to bring them back out to the forefront and move them into the direction of fruition. Empowerment Writing Workshop, it will be tonight. The link is in the description box, and you can join us just by logging in. It is a virtual workshop, and we look forward to it. It's sponsored by Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia, and I will be your host and facilitator. So, what motivates you? I had an opportunity to uh, to experience a presentation that was really informative, but I did not connect with the motivation. I did not connect with the presentation at all because it angered me. There are some parts of news that make us angry and make us militant. There are some things that we hear that make us motivated to happiness and to joy. There are some things that motivate us to action, like certain different types of weight loss imagery. There are certain things that motivate us to make changes in our environment. And some of those things may motivate us through a lot of different tactics. There's uh, happiness motivation. If you do this, and this, you'll be happier. There are motivations that take the opposite spin. If you do this, and this, you'll be less sad, or you'll be less angry, or you'll be less fill in the blank, right? So some of them do help you to see the benefits of the product through more, or they help you to see the benefits of the products by pointing out something that you want less of, like you want less pain. One of the things that we often hear told, "Hey, Dr. Beverly, Brian is on his way in, but he's taking a little bit of extra time this morning." But imagine one of the things that we talk about often is that pain medication sells quicker than vitamins. And that's because, amen, this is such a beautiful day to live like a billionaire. Go ahead, Dr. Beverly, amen. So, bearing that in mind, what could indeed motivate you? Does losing something or taking something away? Yesterday we talked about some of the things that we believed that we no longer believe, like things that we talked about Santa Claus. Like why would parents engage in telling the lie of Santa Claus to their children? And we got a good answer yesterday. I think it was from Brittany, and that is it motivated them. It motivated them, at least for a period of time, to do better and to behave themselves. So each little bit thing had an impact. So yes, it was not true, but because they believed that there was a naughty list and there was a nice list, I want to get on the nice list because I want to get these things. So I'm going to be motivated by this thought of Santa Claus, and I'm going to do what's necessary to get him. On the other side, now, if you all remember vaping, right? Vaping, when it was first introduced, it was introduced as an alternative to cigarettes. It was introduced as something that wouldn't hurt your lungs, that would still give the soothe the habit of actually smoking, but that it wasn't as bad as. So that was the motivation of that was replacing one worse thing with one better thing, right? We have since found out that that's not necessarily true, and that vaping can have some of the same consequences, if not worse consequences, than smoking. But that's a topic for another day. But what motivates you? Are you motivated by fear-based tactics? Some of the things that we go through or that we have gone through were fear-based tactics. Hey, Dr. Bubbly again. She says pain medication, quick fix. However, the same addictive vitamins equal consistency, which produces longevity. Yeah, it does, but it's not a quick fix, and it is something that takes time to do what it does, if anything. And absolutely, I agree with vitamins, but I understand, although I'm not a proponent of pain medication, I understand how if someone is in pain, what they want to do is get rid of the pain versus heal, which can take time. Saving time is another motivation. It is another thing that people engage in when they're trying to motivate someone to do something. If you do it like this, if you allow me to help you to do it like this, this, and this, you can get it done faster, more effectively, less expensively. All of those things help to motivate a person into a particular direction. One of the things that fear was used a lot was maybe not in maybe it was in my generation too, but the generation before us was a lot of fear-based religion, right? You believed in God, and you went to church and you did what was right because you didn't want to go to hell, and that was actually more appealing or more. At the time, that was more the goal, is don't do these things so that you can avoid hell versus do these things so that you can find heaven, right? The goal was the same, do right, but the direction or the impetus of it was not necessarily the same. And do you have a preference? Do you have a preference? Beverly says, yeah, Doc, scare tactics of the unknown. Absolutely. Scare tactics of the unknown is a motivation that was used in church and still used in church for years and years and years. And it's motivating. There were scare tactics. Well, not scare tactics. I think they actually did facilitate some very painful consequences, even on the slaves, to keep them straight, right? If you did this, this, and this, then you could keep your family together. Or if you didn't do this, we'll beat you. Or, those types of things. What are you more motivated with? How are you best motivated? I am better motivated with positive results, the promise of positive results than negative results. Hey, baby.
How you doing, baby?
I'm good.
I apologize for being late.
It's okay. You're here now.
I couldn't get Oprah off the phone, man. She just wants to know so much stuff. Ugh.
You're here now.
Let me have the bracket, please.
Sure. Absolutely. 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 Thank you. So we're talking once again, Shout It Out Friday. Shout it out. Shout out your business. Shout out something that you enjoy using, a place that you like to go, or someone whose business you continue to support. And we do have a subtopic, and the subtopic is what motivates you.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Dr. Beverly says, motivated to do things because I have to at the last minute. Getting it done, not a balance.
I don't know, Dr. Beverly, if that's not a balance or not, because how many of us wrote the best term papers the night before, or finished the best project the night before? Sometimes pressure makes people perform better. Not everybody, but sometimes.
But I agree with that, and I have a problem with that. I don't want to be the last minute Lisa, right? I do not want to be last minute Lisa, but often the best, like juiciest, most inspirational, most
the winning
creative art comes because there's only 5 minutes left on the shot clock.
Good morning, Mr. Tim Peterson. How you doing, sir? Dad bod guru himself. He helps men go from a dad bod to a great body, men specifically. Tim Peterson, how you doing, sir? Hello, Sister Avis Chesney Pretty. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Well, I wonder what motivates men to get rid of a dad body.
Talk to Tim Peterson.
Yeah, so Tim, give us your opinion. What motivates men to want that? Because I know what motivates women to want to be healthier or to have a better body, and that's because men are more visual. But what motivates men to get a better body? Because
men are more visual. One of the things
where men are not. That wouldn't motivate them.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing. I did have a conversation with him before about that. Some men come to him when they get back into the game.
Right.
Okay. The marriage is ended. Now they're back in the dating pool, and oh my gosh, I got to put out a better product than this.
Well, not necessarily for them, because I think I think women are a lot more forgiving of the dad bod than the men would be, vice versa, forgiving of
the mom bod.
The mom bod.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, there's a mommy makeover. There's obviously a mom bod thing.
Okay. What motivates you to get things done? That's an interesting question. Yes, Dr. Deborah, I'm so glad that you thought so. A lot of people get motivated.
I miss my glasses. They fly.
Some people are motivated by because they have to. There was a song. None of you guys are going to be old enough to know this song. The song was called Patches. Okay. Patches, I'm depending on you, son. And then one of the lines is, it's all, to pull this family through, it's all up to you. And apparently Patches is a young kid or something like that, but dad is dying. And he needs his son to pull the family through.
Dr. Beverly says she loves that song.
Dr. Beverly, you're not old enough to know Patches.
You're old enough to know it? I don't know it, though.
But he's telling his son that I need you to pull the family through. So I imagine that motivated the son to just do whatever he got to do, because his dad on this dying dad saying, I need you to pull this family through. That motivated Patches. Actually, that song rang in my head for many, many years. Dr. Deborah says, I love that. Y'all telling y'all age.
I've not heard that song.
It's an old song. Guess who's back? Shaki,
Hey,
what
Shaki.
motivates you What motivates you? And here's the other thing about motivation. And this is going to be a debate. That's right, Dr. Beverly. Dr. Beverly's got some game. She knows some stuff. Okay. Man, I went and saw Clarence Carter one time, and he sang "Stroking" like 6 times. The same song. He did it again and again, like 6 times. He sang "Stroke." You know that song?
Yes.
Stroking to the east,
and stroking to the west, and stroking to the woman that
I love best.
I be stroking.
And everybody jammed. I mean, I promise you, it was at a bar, and we were hanging out anyway. We didn't know he was going to be there. And he showed up. He did the same song over and over again. I mean, he took breaks, but he came back with the song again.
What? That was the song.
That was the crowd pleaser song. Yeah, they loved it too. They loved it every time.
Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter.
Now, here's the debate I was about to say.
Okay.
Is motivation internal or external? Can you get motivation from outside of yourself, or does motivation have to come from inside?
I think both.
Okay, flatulate.
Well, I think inspiration can come from outside.
Okay.
And then inspiration can spark motivation and then move to action. Shaki says, I'm actually working on understanding what motivates me. I feel so unmotivated right now, and I don't like it. It's uncomfortable for me.
Now, I respect that, Sister Shaki. Thank you for the transparency. Melissa Price says, happy Friday. Missed you guys yesterday, but caught the replay. Yes, she did. She made comments on the replay. Let me go back to Sister Shaki. That feeling, I feel so unmotivated right now. I believe in that moment right there, it's a simple fix, an easy fix. Because when you know what motivation feels like before, and then now you're feeling like you're not motivated, you're familiar with what it feels like when you are motivated, and now you're not motivated. What you can do to get motivated again is either watch a motivational talk, go to a motivational workshop, learn something new, read something motivational, set a new goal, and you're right back in the game. And so often, from even me, I'm a pretty motivated guy, but if my energy is draining, I'll watch something on YouTube or learn something new, and it sparks me. Oh, I could do that in my business, and then I'm back motivated again.
And we'll definitely have lots of motivation in the room tonight at 7 p.m. for the Empowerment Writing Workshop. It's definitely going to spark you to tap into what's great about an idea or thought that you might have had. The Empowerment Writing Workshop tonight, June the 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern. I look forward to helping you to tap into a thought that you may have previously explored and were vibrantly enthusiastic about it, and then you just dropped it.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't come along. Maybe it didn't bear fruit quickly enough, but it's still there. It's still there.
Dr. Beverly says both. That's the balance. I don't want all my balance to always come from, I got to get it done today. That's right.
That's right. That's what I was saying too. I don't want all of it to be like, it's because it has to get done. Although that happens to be one of the greatest motivators.
It's happened in our household several times.
Yes, several times. It's like, I can't get it. I can't get it.
I mean, since the beginning, Lisa and I we've had a lot of those moments where we just work. Okay, sometimes we just put our heads down and work, and it's by magic in the 11th hour, it shows up, boom, everything we needed and more. Big projects, little projects. Sometimes we just working, and it comes. And we just got to learn to just know it. Every time we just keep working, and it happens. Sister Shaki says that is not currently working, which is why I am so uncomfortable. Yeah. Not currently working, just taking in new information.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be frustrating.
She goes, I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm seeking a spark.
Happy today, William Brown. Happy today, fam, from a place that life is.
An adventure worth living. Dr. Beverly uniquely taking over. Thomas says,
even when my energy is draining and I go to those YouTube motivational videos, I'm just being honest, they get a little boring. Mm-hmm. It's almost repetitive. I don't know what I need. Sometimes I just go back to my music And I think that's the thing that holds me up the best. My music holds me up, and that's something to think about.
Amen. Amen. Now, if you keep going to the same places and the same people, it's going to be repetitive. Okay. We love Les Brown, but we know all 6 of his stories. Okay. And that's all he got is 6. But he's made $65 million telling the same 6 stories about how he's Mamie Brown's little baby boy. Okay. About the neighborhood kids beating him up while he's carrying the groceries. We've heard the stories how he slept in his office and washed in the sink, how he ran for political, all of his stories.
How he got into the radio station.
Yeah. Drink, rock, drink. All the stories. Okay.
But you know what? I think sometimes hearing a similar story from a new individual can help. Because even hearing that hearing the David and Goliath story from what's his name? Orwell.
No. Michael Gladstone.
Gladstone?
Malcolm Gladwell.
Malcolm Gladwell.
I
knew it was a well.
We found it.
That's right. The Chicken Man is another story.
Yep.
And Dr. Deborah says it all depends on what I'm being motivated towards. In some cases, physical pain can motivate me. I was surprised to realize that I eat better when my knee starts to hurt. Inflammation. Absolutely.
You probably, what? I bet maybe that's what it is with my hip. I need to eat it better again.
Shaki says, I'm starting to read biographies for new inspiration.
That does it. Biographies. I watch a lot of biographies. I've read a lot of biographies about people, their stories. You probably don't know anybody who read more biographies than me or watch more.
I also think I go to the Bible for motivation. And I want the Old Testament, particularly stories that I am already familiar with, to ask God to give me a new interpretation of what I'm already comfortable with. Craig, good morning, Craig. He says, good morning, everyone. Go ahead.
He says, good morning, everyone. Let's have a blessed day by calling me up to help you protect what matters most on purpose with ADT, Home Automation Security System. Today's the day to plug. Go ahead and plug. Dr. Beverly, uniquely taking over. Thomas says, no. I look for different people. How he wanted to buy his mama a house and it had a lien on it. That's right. Mama didn't like the house anyways because of the stairs. That's right. He was so disappointed that the house was being repossessed. And he didn't even realize she didn't even like that house.
I didn't even like that house. I was happy because you gave it to me.
Right. She was happy because he was happy to be able to give it to her. But she didn't like the house. That's a beautiful story.
Absolutely. Hey, Karen, good morning.
We should do that. Tell your favorite Les Brown story.
There's only 6. Michael Woods, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Woods. How you doing? Mr. Michael Woods, what motivates you? So, and we asked the question, is motivation internal or external or both, or does it have to be one over the other?
That's one of the stories.
Yes, he has a twin brother.
He has a twin, so
Wesley.
Dumb twin.
His brother is Wesley, and Les was the dumb one.
Les was considered dumb twin.
Yep. My favorite Les Brown story. Mama sent him to go to the grocery store to get some groceries. And she had instilled in him the importance of groceries. And he was coming home carrying 2 bags of groceries, 2 big bags in his arms. And the neighbor kids were wrestling each other in the yard. And the neighbor's dad sitting there watching and says, why don't y'all stop fighting each other? Go jump on that neighbor boy. And they did. And they started to punch on him, and Les was trying to get a kick in here and there, and they were beating him up, and he's taking a beating, but he knew the importance of his mama's groceries, so he couldn't let them fall, and he's taking a beating. And mom comes to the front porch, sees what's happening, and she says, throw down those bags and get after them. And he did. He threw down the bags, and he got after them and started beating up on them, and they stuck to fighting each other after that. That's so much in life. Sometimes you have to throw down your bags in order to fight for yourself.
Amen. Bill says his favorite radio is
Drink, Rock, Drink.
Yes.
And I'm going back and forth. Drink, Rock, Drink. And he says, Leslie Brown, do you know how to work the controls? Yes, sir. Okay, look, go in there, get Rock out of there. Don't say anything, okay? But just go ahead and start playing some music. Yes, sir. This This is LP, triple P, double P. I'm excited. I'm your lover, man. I'm ready. And all this young and single, love to mingle, and all of that. And he did his whole rap. He was ready. He didn't do nothing that man told him to do because he had his opportunity.
An opportunity was a knocking. Shaggy says that is a Les Brown story I haven't heard.
But now you got it.
Okay.
But Drink Rock Drink, I love that one too. When he wanted to work on the radio station, how he got the job was pretty motivating too. He showed up at the radio station.
And kept showing up.
Yep. He says, do you have any jobs here? No, we don't have any jobs here. Get away. And he left. Yes, sir. And he left. The next day he says, do you have any? Just shows up again. I'm looking to see if you have any work here. Didn't I just tell you this yesterday? Yes, sir. I don't have any jobs today. Yes, sir. He leaves, comes back again the next day. Boy, you've been here for the last 2 days. I don't know. He said maybe someone died and their job opened up. I wanted to check. Nobody died. And go get me some coffee. Okay. He just kept showing up. And he became what's called a gopher for the radio station. A gopher. You know what a gopher is. Go for this.
Go for that. Shaki said, Les said he must think I'm crazy.
That's right.
That's exactly right. I remember thinking of the motivation. Sometimes the motivation can come from something that you reminisced on that you have accomplished in the past that you overlooked. I remember, this is me telling my age, I was probably in my 20s because I was still living in New York, and I wanted to work. I needed a job and I needed some money, and I did not want to work conventionally. I wasn't going to do any more flipping burgers and any more stuff. And I had a word processor, which was very fortuitous. Really? Nobody had a word processor. I had a word processor. It was huge. It was a big giant box. It was huge. You had one. But I had one, and I flipped through the yellow pages looking for bus companies that were hiring. Now, why? I had no bus experience. I didn't have a CDL. I didn't even know anything about it. But I knew that buses had long distance trips and inner city trips. And oftentimes the buses would wait until somebody needed them. But I decided to go through the phone book, and I called, and I showed up with this person. I figured out this name. I went through all the way. I was down to the K's. The name of the company that I went through to started with the letter K. So I had already made all of these phone calls from A to K and gotten all those no's. How many no's from A to K in probably the yellow pages? Right, a lot of them, right? Wow, this is already inspiring me. And
I love this story. I've heard it before, but I love it. Please go on.
And then I called up the guy and I said, can I come in and help with this and that and the other or whatever? And I'm looking for a job or whatever. And I went in with my word processor. I had a bag with it. It was huge, but I went in, I put it on the desk, and a phone call came in, and I took the phone call. And even though I didn't work there yet, I think I had not even spoken to the manager completely yet. I had just introduced myself, but I answered the phone and I took the phone call. And for whatever reason, the people were looking for something that I thought that I understood. And so I made the arrangement over the phone. Suffice it to say, I went on to create work for that company by calling schools in the area, by picking up different opportunities and figuring out what could somebody use a bus for? What could they use a bus for? And so I got the bus jobs by creating jobs. Yeah. Right. And I took commission on the work that I got for the bus. Shaki says, I was motivated to go back to school, to go back to college and complete my bachelor's degree from a conversation where I said, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never dropped out. About 4 months later.
About 4 months later, I was back in school.
2 years later, I completed my degree. And then another 4 years later, I had an MBA. Masters
of Business. What's up, girl? I didn't know you had an MBA. Congratulations to you, Sister Shaki. I love the story about Lisa with the bus company. She created something for herself. I love that. Dr. Deborah says, man, Lisa, you work that motivation. I love it. I love that story a lot. When I first came to Charlotte back in 2006, I didn't have anything. I had $100. Okay. So I knew I could sell, and I went to sell cars. Okay. That's when I first started to try to sell cars. And so I remember my first day. I said I had an idea, I had a plan on everything what I was going to do. So I was like, okay, I know salespeople leave the company and they leave the leads, and who works those? The files of people who customers that came in and didn't get approved at one time. Life situations change. So like my first day, I was like, okay, who used to have this desk before me? And it's like, what? Yeah, who had it? And did he have any files that he left here? And I took out all these old files and I started calling all these people. I mean, I was boom, 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 rapid fire, just calling. And they brought people around to watch me make calls. Look at him. And my first day, it's like, man, you made more calls today than most of these guys have made in months. Okay, you did more today. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what I did, man.
So, even to add on to that story, my largest account was $65,000. Mm-hmm. And we never put a bus on the road.
But they paid?
Yes, they paid in full because I had no refunds. They had to make a deposit by this point and full payment by this point. They didn't cancel until after they made the full payment.
Ooh.
And in the contract that I wrote on my trusty dusty word processor, there was a big old no refunds. You know who it was for?
No, I don't know.
It was a political campaign, and I can't remember his name right now. He was a what? I'm sure the $65,000 didn't mean anything
donors,
to him.
Yeah.
It was his name began with a P. A little bald white guy in New York.
That's half of New York. Bald white guy.
I know. He was running for president, and he dropped out. Oh my God! No, not Pataki, not Italian, Jewish or Polish. Anyway, I'm sure I can find it. But anyway, and we ended up never putting a bus on the road. But there were also so many contracts that I made that we only had one bus, and the contract required 4 buses, which means that not only did I get our bus out, I was able to get business for other buses too.
Yeah. I love this story so much because she created an opportunity for herself and others just with gumption. Yeah. Just with some vigor,
not even 30 yet. I was 20 something. I had to be maybe 25.
Yeah, you were young enough to not be jaded by the opportunities or possibilities. So she looked for a possibility. Why not bus companies? Why not? And you know what? Somebody could do the same thing again today. And I bet a bus company would welcome them just like they did Lisa. Somebody could do the same thing again today. You can almost name any industry and find a way to be supportive of it. Let's try. Name any industry.
Any. The school system.
School system, perfect. Okay, the school teachers, they need help. The school teachers need help a lot. If you had a company where you trained and hired school teacher assistants and got them certified to go into those classrooms to help teachers to administer each class, instead of the teacher having to spend all that time trying to get behavior right, they can spend more time working because now the teachers have assistants. And if the school teachers' assistants were not coming out of the major budget of that school specifically, if it came out of the Board of Education or something, we're going to hire a bunch of school teacher assistants. That's one thing I can think of. Bullying counselors, counselors that people that counsel kids, just the troubled kids. They come in at lunchtime. When I used to volunteer to go into the schools, I used to go in on a Thursday or Friday, and I used to go in the classrooms just to sit there. And the kids would just stare at me. They was just because they wanted to see a black man in a shirt and tie in their school. They would just stare at me. So eventually I came out of the classrooms and I just go in lunch. And over time, what happened was, who's going to sit with Mr. McNeill? They put all the bad kids, whoever's having trouble. And the kids are so freaking smart. If they wanted to sit with me, they would cut up in class that day because they knew the teacher was going to say, you were cutting up, you're going to have to go sit with Mr. Bryan. But these kids, they were smart as a whip and they knew stuff and they just wanted somebody to hear them. Having more people go into the classrooms, that's another thing I can think of. That's 2 businesses, bam, bam. What else?
Absolutely. So I was actually going to think about another one, but
name another industry.
Another industry, and this is because of something that I'm already working on,
okay,
is medical care for those over 62.
Medical care for over 62. There's a couple of things they have challenges with right now, and there are some businesses associated with it, but the first challenge that they have is transportation a lot of times, getting them to and where they got to go, the doctor's appointments and all that kind of stuff. The other challenge is getting their medicines. It would be great if you had someone that can pick them up for them and bring it back and forth.
They do that now.
They do that now. But those are two businesses that I know is not oversaturated.
Yeah, but I think, again, I think a lot of times what we think about is the obvious problems.
Okay, so there's some. How about cooking for them? How about just cooking for them? How about doing their nails and hair? What about that as a business?
I love it. I think it's fun. But I also think that there is some motivation that is required in there as well to like not just get me dressed up and taken care of to sit right here, but also to do something. Like I am excited about participating with some of the group that I'm working with now. They have an amazing thing that I think is really cool, and I might enjoy it myself. They play bingo, but instead of the bingo being numbers, it's musical bingo. So the DJ plays a song from the list of songs that he has that are going to correspond with the cards. And so you listen to the song, you have to name the tune first and figure out who sang it or what the song is, and then find it on your card.
I like it a lot. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Staying in the senior market. I have 2 new clients that work for the senior market, and I'm going to tell you about their businesses. One of them, she focuses on teaching mature adults how to become comfortable with the internet, how to become comfortable online. Okay, because so many of them are afraid of the internet. Somebody gonna steal stuff, and they still have loneliness, and they can't communicate with their children and grandchildren. Right. So she wants to do classes and workshops at rest homes for the seniors on how to use the internet. That's one, and the other one is how mature people can date, how they can date, okay, how they can connect, without using dating apps. Okay,
without using dating apps, why you gotta be
or
that?
Maybe being more comfortable with them. But she has a whole business design. Oh, not dating. I said that wrong. Sex, mature people with sex, teaching them that about sex. That's what she wants to do.
Teaching them about sex.
I don't know. She teaches them how to have healthy sex. Is what she does.
Healthy sex is good.
That's her business.
Dr. Beverly says, what's your favorite empowerment duo, Brian and Lisa's story? 6 years, too many to tell. Lord. From how they met, to Brian being Velcro to the bed, to the beautiful tears of Lisa when she is passionately supporting someone wholeheartedly, to the great guests that they've shared for us, for business information, Lisa's spiritual conversation, and the EDN family personal conversation.
To the cards
and the songs and a whole lot of shenanigans.
That's my family empowerment duo network. Shout out. Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you. Lisa, there's an app for finding music. I will have to find it, but it is Black owned too. I would love that.
Dr. Deborah says, I like that. Bingo. And William Brown says, Brian, I love how you use your gift as a game. Yeah. Yeah, you get a lot done like that. Okay.
Dr. Beverly goes on. Dr. Deborah says, Dr. Beverly, you are right. Too many stories to tell. And mine only go back to 2017. Only go from 2017.
Well, we only started in 2016.
Right. So only missed a year.
Yeah. Dr. Beverly, that tickled me, that post, Dr. Beverly, actually. That's funny. So yeah, this is Shout Out Friday, but also what motivates you, and I like where we're going.
Yes, what motivates you?
There's a lot of opportunity out here. We can come up with stuff and play with stuff. Now, some people are going to mock you for just.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
That ain't no real job. That's no real job. Is when it kills me. Okay, what do you call a real job? You need to go get a real job.
That might actually motivate some people. That the doubt and disbelief from some people
to prove somebody wrong.
Actually, Barbara Cochran was crying on Shark Tank.
Corcoran?
Yes, Corcoran. Corcoran. There was a young man who was on there who had an idea, and it was phenomenal. He was building this business, and it was growing, and they were really liking it. And they asked him the question that started the waterfalls. It says, why? why are you so committed to this business? And he said that his fiance, or the woman that he wanted to marry, her parents would not allow him to marry him because he didn't have a real job.
This classic story.
And they didn't believe that he would be able to support and provide for her. And he had to make this work because he loved her that much.
Dr. Beverly says, the animals we have adopted, thanks to our one and only, the best usher ever, Melissa.
Yes.
Dr. Deborah does it. Hearing new business ideas motivates me.
Love is motivating too.
Even if I am not the one to do them. In the classic book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, the young man, it's not Hafid, it's maybe it is Hafid. He wanted Leisha.
It was Hafid.
Hafid, he wanted Leisha. Leisha was the daughter of a very rich man.
And love.
He fell in love with Leisha and he wanted her. And he felt like, okay, the salesmen dress a little bit better than everybody else and they seem to have some money. So if I go into sales, maybe I'll have enough money to have Leisha. Okay. That's what motivated him.
That's a big motivator.
Yes.
Love is love is a consistent motivator. If you think about it, which is why, ladies, I consistently believe that we have in some cases undervalued the power and the importance of our love.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you ever have, I want you all to times 10 that or times 20 that. Women, you do motivate your man. Okay. Especially if you're in couplehood or partnership, like Lisa and I, we're in couplehood, we're in partnership. That's my baby forever. Okay. Period. But there's nothing that if Lisa wants it, I'm not going to do. But I can remember one time when I was 17 or 18 years old, I thought I was in love with this girl. I was in love with this girl and I was in the Army. And they came down to, and we had been working out all day, doing stuff all day. And, but they had a run at the end of the day. I think it was a 3-mile run. And only the people that finished the 3-mile run could have a weekend pass and leave the post. And I wanted to leave the post to go see Kim. And I was dog tired. But the motivation of I wanted to go see her. So that kept me putting one foot in front of the other. Matter of fact, I was so tired, I stopped even looking far ahead. I was looking down the ground, just these few feet that I gotta go at a time until I finished this run because I wanted to go see her. And I marveled at myself. There was no way I could have finished that run if I didn't have that thought process or that motivation or that desire to do that thing, because I couldn't have done it.
The dangling carrot of the horse, the dangling carrot, the thing that is encouraging, whether it's because you're in love with it, you're hungry for it, you need it, your pain, your whatever the situation is has the ability to motivate, and pain does motivate us. Good morning, Brittany.
Brittany Thomas was motivating people this morning. She goes, "Good morning, Facebook. I want to motivate you today. I want to encourage you today." And she went ahead and gave an encouraging word. Good job, sis. Go ahead.
Motivating. We were talking about what Dr. Deborah said about the motivation of pain. Like the inflammation may make me want to change my eating habits so that I am not in that same pain. And it can be motivating. I personally prefer to be motivated by positive things versus negative things.
And that's how we got into this topic today. We saw a great presentation the other day, but was use fear motivation.
Lots of fear.
A lot of fear. If you don't do this, this is going to happen to you, and you're going to lose this, and you're going to be having this adverse consequence. The presenter was well above average, is what I loved about it, the way the person presented it. But still, it was a lot of fear motivation. And Lisa commented, "I don't like that type of motivation." But I said, yes, babe, but it does work. It's very effective. All your life, you've been motivated like that. TV commercials, movies, school. This is going to be on your permanent record. You're very welcome, Sister Brittany. She goes, "Thank you very much. I appreciate the support."
The music app is called Deeper. Thank you.
And looking at the time, it's 9:43 on a Friday. We got to get out of here. But we got to do our greeting songs and greeting logos because we ain't going to see you guys for a couple of days.
That's right. Let's go ahead and do that.
Start for
Hey, Monique, baby. Thank you so much. She says, "Good morning. Happy Friday. just listening. Move your passion and pray to be motivated. Amen. Moving your passion
Dr.
and
Deborah
pray
says,
to be motivated. Amen. Dr. Deborah says, yes, I prefer to be motivated by positive things too. That's why I was surprised to realize my knee pain motivated you. No, motivated me. Well, listen, just because it's not the preferred form of motivation doesn't mean that it doesn't motivate.
Amen. All right, so up first today is Dr. Beverly. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. We're so happy that you're on the show. Who's up next?
Absolutely, Dr. Deborah.
Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a greeting song.
Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Sister Shaki, guess who's back? Back again. Shaki's back. Tell a friend. Shaki's back. Shaki's back. I created a monster. Melissa Price is here. Excuse me, baby. Sorry. I just kicked Lisa's foot to death.
That was hurt.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't do it on purpose.
Bam. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price. Let's keep it moving.
Yes. Oh, this thing is tripping out.
That's what she said.
Hey,
Bill. Mr. William Brown has a song too. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning, Dr. Tawana Ross. Good morning. She goes, you guys make me smile. That feels good to hear from you. You make us smile as well. And Angela Hope, Sister Angela Hope, what's happening, lady? I love Angela Hope. If you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, anywhere, she helps women get together and boutique shop. She features women on Saturdays, as well as amazing speakers. I was so grateful for the opportunity to be one of her Father's Day speakers last Saturday.
Yes, and good morning again, Craig.
Craig Sapp has a song too and a logo, but his logo is first off is Craig. Let me borrow your VCR so I can dub the tape. And he also has Craig Sapp, 1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your knees.
And you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze. Good morning, Craig. How you doing, sir? Let's keep it moving.
Good morning.
We got to get out of here. We got Dr. Deborah. We got that. Who's up next? Brittany Thomas has a song as well.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany.
Brittany Thomas.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Now, Sister Angela Hope says, love you too and love the songs. By the way, you can get you your own song, Angela. All you got to do is contribute to the show, make a comment, and come back regularly. You do that, you'll get a jam. That's all you got to do. Brittany Thomas says, shout it out Friday. Motivation and inspiration for your life. Go get your copies of my books. I'm Living My Blessed Life with Cerebral Palsy and Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You. Handmade bracelets made by me, and she does post a site for them. Brittany's Beads and Brittany'sBeads.company.site or Cash App, $ Brittany Thomas 199. She goes, that's good to know. Angela Hope, we would love to get you a song. So when you get a song, Angela, here's what you do. Recommend a song that we could put your name in or genre of music. But if you have a song that speaks to your spirit or one of your favorite songs, and we can find you a jam. Same to you, Andrea Montgomery. You have earned the song, Andrea. Good morning to you.
Yes. Good morning to you,
Andrea. It was time for you to get you your jam, girl. So help us find a song for you, Andrea. Didn't she give us a song to look for before? I don't remember. But we got to get out of here in 4 minutes, y'all. Can y'all believe it? Wow. Friday's here. We always say this to you as an encouragement or an admonition, whatever you want to call it. But Friday is the weekend day, okay? Note how we word that, weekend. It's really, really important that we get good at ending one week, having a break between the weeks. Because as entrepreneurs, it's so tempting And it's so easy to just let the weeks drag on and on top of each other. And then you find yourself becoming less and less effective because you're working in a zombie-like state because you haven't given yourself enough commercial breaks. So take a break. Have some recreation. Break that word apart. Recreation this weekend. And start your week anew on Monday. Time flies. That's right. Yes, it does. Why did the little boy throw the clock out the window? Because he wanted to see time fly. That's right.
And don't forget to join us tonight for the writing workshop. I can't seem to get I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right.
2 chickens are standing on the street, one across the street from each other. And one chicken yells to the other chicken across the street, "Hey, how do you get across the street?" And he yells back, "You already are across the street."
Join us tonight for the Empowerment Writing Workshop at 7 p.m. Eastern. It is a free and powerful workshop, bit.ly/EWW610. It is case sensitive. That's capital E, capital W, capital W, 610 for June the 10th. And we will see you tonight at 7 p.m.
Obviously, Dr. Tawana Ross is highly intelligent. This is Dr. Beverly. They both got the joke. See, they got it. This drunk man comes up to another man at nighttime, late at night, and he looks up and he says, "Hey, man, is that the sun coming up or is that the moon going down?" "What? Is that the sun coming up or is that the moon going down?" He goes, "Man, how do I know? I ain't from this neighborhood." I ain't from this neighborhood. Same drunk man says, "Well, how do I get to the other side of the street?" He goes, "Look, it's right over there. Just cross over there." He goes, "I was just over there and they told me it was over here." You get it? I was just over there. They said it was over here. And now you telling me it was over there. Which one of y'all right? Make up y'all mind.
Beverly, I'm just saying.
Those are old school liquor house kind of jokes.
Dr. Beverly says, "Sorry for encouraging him, Lisa." And Dr. Tawana is further encouraging him. "You cracked me up." He's cracked.
I was just over there. They said it was over here. But anyway, have your weekend. Thank you for joining us. We count each one of you guys showing up here as an honor and a blessing just because you chose to spend a few minutes of your day with us. Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you at Lunch on the Lake next Thursday at noon. We look forward to
tonight is the author showcase. Not showcase.
Empowerment Writing Workshop.
So Empowerment Writing Workshop tonight. There's the link still on the screen. You guys have a great weekend. That's right, Shaki. Dad jokes. I love dad jokes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to have sex.